Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. Today I'm just going to, well, I was inspired by Rachel at Roxy's Roxy Creations I have been doing her weekly challenge, and I've missed quite a few weeks just due to life, so I'm not going to even try and catch up because I know it'll just stress me out. And her week 13 video popped up this morning, and I thought I'll just have a bit of a look at it. So I'm not doing exactly what Rachel's done, but I am using collage and paint in my tags that I'm going to make. So I am definitely inspired by what Rachel has done for week 13. So having said that, I have this collage book, just this book that I was going to send back to the op shop, where I just put my scraps. I've been very slack with this as well. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I thought I've got it closer to me now, and I'm just going to see if I've got something that has like neutrals, both sides. Okay, so something like this. So this side is done. So what I need to do is finish off putting some neutrals on this one. Yeah, so that, and then that's all I've done. So I might just, for the sake of the video, so that I'm not collaging tags from scratch. So that side's done, and I'm going to now just collage fairly neutral toned scraps onto the back here. I've redone my workroom again, and oh, I'm still going on it, but I'm doing a bit of a cleanup, and I've sorted out scraps that I can use at my desk. I've got a set of drawers with a heap of scraps in them, and I just never go and get them because I've got to get up and go over to the other side of the room. I know it sounds really lazy, but when you're in the process and you just want to craft, it's handy to have things beside you. So this is just bits and pieces of seconds of my coffee dyed papers and notebooks that I sell in my shop. And I've just put them in here, and I'm just going to pull from here and glue on here. So I will speed the video up while I do that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have pretty much done, I think I've covered everything. I did cover some of there was some yellow printables or something there that I didn't particularly like. I don't really have to worry about trimming these off. I'm just going to trim that bit off because it's annoying me. So we have a pretty much plain palette. So I've put out some paints. It took longer than what I expected, and they're all pretty much dried up now. But I think we can refresh them with some water. So in my recent cleanup, I have found, I love this stamp. I don't know who the company is. It comes with bigger stamps too, with the stitching and that, but I love using this for what do you call it, swatching paints. So like I said, I'm going to do something a little bit different to what Rachel has done, but she has inspired me to have a little bit of a play, include some acrylic paints, because normally I would just use watercolor. Use some acrylic paints and just make some different type of tags or journaling cards. So I thought, well, I'm going to just use an archival ink so that the ink doesn't run when I end up adding the ink. And I'm just using it in hickory smoke because I didn't particularly want black to sort of take over from everything. So all I'm going to do is just randomly, I don't know why that's all wet. I'm just going to randomly, probably in sets of three or one, I'm just going to stamp some of these swatches over this background sheet. So Rachel did tags individually. I'm just going to do this one whole sheet of, it's pretty much A4 with the paint and that, and then cut them up and just see what we get. So I'm just going to stamp these over. I don't know, not even really thinking about it too much, because they're going to be cut up. So there'll be some with full swatches, some with half, some with just a tiny bit on the tags. And it's crooked as anything, but you know what, who cares? I'm not going to worry about it. I think I'll just put a random one here and there. Two. I didn't think that one too well, so there's that one's just going to have two, and I'll put maybe three going this way. Maybe have three going this way. I mean, obviously you can do swatches without having this. I just like the idea of this stamp. I don't know, maybe I'll put, since I've got two here, I'll probably put two here. What do you think? I don't know, maybe I need two here now. Anyway, you normally do odd numbers, but we'll just work with that. So in my paint palette, I put out some Easter colors. So I'm just using, I don't know, just what I've got in the drawer. So one's a Semco, one's a Do Crafts Artiste acrylic paint. So I'm using buttermilk, baby pink, and a Kaiser Craft color, which is sage green. And I put out some gold because I'm going to splotch some gold over the background as well, I think. So I've just grabbed a flat brush and I'm just going to refresh these paints and just add some water, just give them a bit of a mix. So I'll do one at a time, and then I'm just going to do what Rachel did, was she just went in and she painted her whole tag. I'm just going to paint the swatches. I've just noticed, sorry, I've got the paintbrush in my mouth now. Just need to glue this down. So I'm just going to go through and paint. I'm going to do, I think, sage, pink, and then the buttermilk. So I've got pink on my brush here at the moment. So I'm just going to go through and paint all of these swatches. I have put the paints in those swatches there, and all the papers absorbed the paint differently. So some of them I have gone over because I wanted a little bit more colour. I don't know, you could just leave it at the one layer of colour if you wanted to, or not water down your paints as much. So I've done that, and now I just want to put some gold splotches over the whole card, and I'm just going to be using a fan brush. You can see that I use this for my gilding and for my gold paint, and I've just put some paint in there. Now I just use this, it's actually brass, it's called, I got it from a homewares store, and it's called brass. The color is brass, but love the color, and it really flicks nicely and leaves a really nice shiny gold. So I'm going to dip my fan brush in some water and just remix this, because I probably should have not put this out straight away, but I want it fairly watery. And I just find that the fan brush works really well for splotches. As you can see, it does it in groups like that, and I just get it on the brush and I'm just doing it really randomly. I don't care if there's, I love gold, so if there's lots on there, that's fine. But just pretty much want to cover most of the background. I don't even know if I'm in the screen there. So you can see, I hope you can see, there's a really nice shimmer. So I'm going to set that aside, and hopefully that will dry pretty quickly, and then I'll come back and then we'll look at how we're going to decorate them, cut them down to tags or journaling cards, and then we'll decorate them from there. This is another one that I was doing at the same time as I was doing the other one. So this is the one that I had showed you before. It's still drying, so I thought I might just move on to this one. So it's basically pretty much the same, really. A little bit of difference, same colouring. So it's completely dry, and I love just even the look of that. You can see my paint strokes. I don't care, because I'm going to put some florals or something. Now Rachel used stamps. I'm actually just going to use some vellum floral stickers, I think, because I want the gold and the colour of the swatches to come through. I don't know, I may regret that choice, but we'll go with that and see what happens. So I'm just going to cut this down, work out what size tags I want. So I've cut all those, and you can see they've just really randomly, they've got the different swatches on there. So there's really not a lot of colour showing. I need to trim that one down a bit. And I have to be pretty much, I guess, aware of what's on the back, which is what I haven't been doing, is because I think I've got the papers on the back upside down. We can always cover that. Probably the front part of the tag is best to have it going the right way. So there we go, we've got that one, this one. So you just don't know what you're going to get. But, so out of that sheet we got 6 tags, and they're quite cute, aren't they? Just something different, just to add a little bit of colour to a fairly neutral background. All right, so I've got those done. As I said, I'm going to sew around them. I might just have a look and see what I'm just going to leave them pretty simple. As I said, I want to put vellum stickers on them so that if I do put a sticker over the swatches, you can still see that color come through. Very, very plain and simple, but you can see here the little bit of gold on them, which I really love. You know me, I love gold. Actually, I may even put maybe some gold flakes around them as well. What if we get some stickers on there and see what that looks like? So I've just got my little folder here with stickers. I've got these 49er market leaves actually, which might be nice. I could even use rub-ons. See, that's all the same color as this green here, but I like that without adding too much color to it. Okay, just looking at that, I think I might actually go around it with the sewing machine. Now, I normally sew with a brown thread, but I'm being lazy today because I had to finish off a cushion and I've got white thread in my machine, but that's what I'm using because I couldn't be bothered changing it. So I'm just going to go and sew around these and I'll be back. I have to admit, I do prefer the darker thread, I think. Trim them off that excess, and I'm going to distress around the edges and ink them. At this point, I don't think I'm going to put a topper in. I'll just see how it looks with the vellum stickers on there. Okay, so I was going to do some vellum stickers, but I actually like how soft these look. These acetate leaves. They sort of blend in a bit, but I like that look, and then I just thought I can just put a tag or something here. So I'm going to stick some of these down. Pretty sure these are stickers. Maybe they're not. I actually don't think they are. Okay, so these aren't stickers. And what I'm going to need to do to stick these down, I think, is to use some Dimensional Magic. If I can find what I've done with that. Here it is. So for acetate or something like that, I prefer to use like a Dimensional Magic. It grabs easier, and I try and do it underneath where there's colour. So okay, so I've just grabbed some the cotton frizz ribbon from my shop, and I just think they will all go really nicely. So it's looking really nice and Eastery, if that's a word. I'm going to grab some eyelets. I'm going to put the eyelets in, and then I'm going to use these trims in the top. I don't know, I've just sort of tied that around the pink one just to sort of have all the colours in there. So that's one. I think they're pretty. And that's the back. So I'll just... Okay, so that's them done. I'm pretty happy with them. So I could trim those down, the ties in the top, if a little bit more if I want to. I'll see once I get them into a journal. But it's all very subtle. You can see the colours in here, and then the acetate leaves there. They just sort of, you can see them, but you're not missing out what's on the background. So once again, really, really different to what Rachel had done. I don't know, do I need to put a tag or something there, a label there? I think I quite like them as they are. Maybe once I put them in a journal, I can put a label. But I just like how they're pretty and they're soft. So what do you think? I don't know, I had fun making them. So some beautiful pastel neutral tags to pop in another journal. I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to head off now, and I think I am done for the weekend. Actually, after my days of cleaning up this workspace and doing videos, I am going to call it quits for today, and I'm going to relax. So in the meantime, take care everyone, and I hope you get a little bit of creative time. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.